up.
That's fair. So, I'm not particularly huge on solos, but I always play it because it's always...
Pack time. Pack time is pack time.
Time on the packs is always important.
So we've got Dingoes doing their classic ref dance in green base.
As we kick this one off, based on the rankings, it feels like Eclipse, Outlaws, Dingoes is going to be the result here. But the thing with Darwin, you can never count them out of doing something sneaky and a little bit tricky, pun intended.
But Outlaws also home maze.
Very true.
Could see them overthrow Eclipse.
Eclipse definitely also liable to be upset, as they've already been upset once this morning. So see if they... go into this one maybe a little bit cavalier, but we'll see what happens. Noodle looks like he's sitting this one for Eclipse.
And Darwin doing that two-person lock in... I've lost the stream again.
Definitely seems like that's a popular strat with some teams. They're sticking two players in for that extra defense. Eclipse and Outlaws going punch for punch here early on, right with each other on the pack points. Here goes Dark Passion in blue. Two-shot denied by Camstar. So Dark Passion previously of an Outlaws player. You played alongside Camstar in Bendigo. So those two know each other quite well. And Camstar, I'm sure, gave him a bit of a let him know that he was the one that got the denial there.
A little bit of a friendly smack talk.
Friendly hello. A friendly howdy, if you were.
I see what you did there.
I see what you did there.
Green base very quiet so far, and same with red.
So Dingoes are kind of falling victim to that. If you do stick two people inside a base, you do run the risk of being starved out of points. And at the moment, they're not too far out of it, but they could definitely be further ahead. Outlaws really pushing ahead the pack advantage at the moment. They are helped out by the two shots of denials that Dark Passion has accrued. But, knowing Dark Passion, he will erase that deficit pretty quickly. So I don't think Eclipse will be too worried about that at the moment.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of action happening in between green and red. People running in between that sort of I don't know if people are calling it the middle area where there's a lot of sort of points to be had from defenders. Especially that back door of green where you've got that nice long shot for anyone running in miles ahead. But blue team just waltzing into the base there, tagging out that half height.
Looks like the two-player in strategy from Darwin has paid off for the time being.
Absolutely.
Remaining control of their base. Red just taking a stab at blue there, but not able to get into the base successfully. Eclipse starting to catch up now on the pack. Outlaws, again, with being the home maze advantage, you generally see the home maze teams have a pack advantage at the start of the competition.
Absolutely. And Outlaws are very good at pack. Yeah. They do struggle on the base game sometimes. They'll get one or two strong, easy, I don't want to say easy bases, but strong bases, and then
they
fall down a bit.
Their depth as far as attacking goes kind of drops away.
Yeah. Whereas their pack point game is quite strong.
Yeah. And you often see the home site teams early in the competition have more knowledge of those angles, of just knowing where to stand to accrue maximum pack points.
Oh, for sure. And we see red team doing a huge dive into the back door of green there, both getting tagged out by that defender.
At the moment, if red is attacking green, I imagine they'll be typing and hanging around there at the back door doing the dives.
So Dingoes have sat Prince this game, who normally is a first out attacker with bubbles.
Interesting.
From what I've heard and seen. He's very quick on those dives and stuff and helps do a quick crack at the start of the game with bubbles and get them on base. So sitting him in a game like this where they are predicting this might be the best option for them.
So who would you imagine going out with bubbles first then for Darwin?
I think it's currently Infuse Jr. out there because I see Sputto and Battlebot in the base. Tricky is more of a defender, and based on infused juniors tags and stuff, I think that's what's happening.
Fair enough. A lot of action going down. There's
that's a train trying to exit the base.
Oh my! Trying to exit. The back door of green there is one of the bases that we saw at Prenat's most termed for base door blocking.
Oh yeah.
So you have to be really careful not to obstruct a player trying to get in the base, because that could result in a penalty applied to you.
Green base is so prolific for many penalties in general because of that huge half height.
As we see Taipan jumping in green, he's in that little nook there at the back
securing
door.
the first base of the game.
Yeah, so first base of the game going to Taipan has jumped Eclipse up into the lead. So they're down on pack, but they have that all-important first base of the game.
Absolutely.
As we approach the halfway mark of the game, so really low base game here.
Yeah.
From three teams that you'd expect maybe a little bit more zesty in attack.
Also, we see Orcry still sitting on 0 points.
Here goes Potato.
Potato taking his base cleanly. So they've really cracked open this game now. Just base. Now we might see this. I just saw the blue attack zooming down to green base. So taking the opportunity while their base is down to go get those points.
Yeah, I'm interested to see maybe Eclipse would kind of just like pack pointing for the first half of the game, and then deciding once we get to half time, we're going to kind of break things open a little bit and go hell for leather.
Just see what's happening, maybe get some pack points.
Here goes Bubbles. One shot denied by
Orcry.
Orcry, very trusty defender there.
Started shooting the base before he'd shot out the defender.
Bubbles, buddy, you can't do that here. We don't do that here, mate. I'm sure he'll learn, although it is Bubbles.
But to be fair, maybe from what we've seen from last night's games, maybe his teammates weren't quite listening to what he was trying to say.
Shout out to Benson in the chat, already getting FOMO. Look, this is the first time we haven't had you here, mate, and we're already missing you.
We do miss you, Benson.
We do thank you for getting fantasy up and running this year. It's,
we always love our
super
fantasy.
Huge turnout for fantasy.
Taipan cracking into his blue base. Someone running in on Beetle, and his teammate had him covered like a sentinel turret.
Taipan securing both his bases, so that'll be interesting. Now Taipan might go back to... Sounds weird, the words coming out of my mouth, Taipan going back to defense, but I actually trained against Eclipse earlier, and Taipan was on the door defending, which I've never seen before in the years that I've known him. So, it could be like a Dark Passion Potato or a Dark Passion Mopar attack from now on, but we'll see what happens.
Interesting.
Taipan may, help ferry the rest of his team go through.
Yeah, so they've sat Noodle.
Yeah, Noodle.
Noodle this game.
So
I didn't mess it up, yes.
You generally see Mopar or Noodle being last line, but Orcry definitely has experience in last line, as we see Potato put 2 shots in at green from the half.
Where's the third? Oh,
he got it.
There it is.
Yeah, he got it.
Took a moment to tag a bunch of people.
So we had a lot of players running through front door, and Potato being the very kind of experienced attacker that he is, knows that it's better to shoot the player coming through front door first and then securing the base, because you do have a certain amount of time to be able to shoot plays before you need to put your following shot in the base before the base times out.
So that seemed like a very long time for a second. I was
it was a bit risky, but he managed to make it.
Mopar going for his blue.
Blue destroyed.
Very comfortable taking that one. So
well done.
Team with bases so
Green
far.
hit.
As Camster goes for his green.
And Campson getting the first base for Outlaws there. So the base game really broken open from Eclipse. Potato and Taipan both done with their bases now. Mopar also having a blue. And Campster, the only other base registered so far in the game, as we got about 9 minutes left to go. Gone in the game. We've got about 3 minutes left to go. Dingoes really needs to kind of put the foot down now and get some bases if they're going to climb up and snatch a second here. Outlaws, again, with them, they're going to have to go as well if they're going to want any hope of catching Eclipse here. Eclipse really kind of have put the foot down.
2.5 minutes left. I could potentially see Dingoes, if they get some bases, maybe catching closer to Outlaws. I don't think Outlaws could catch Eclipse at this rate.
Because you'd imagine Eclipse would just exchange and kind of
member leveled up. Well done.
Especially if Dingoes try a last-ditch effort to get some bases by potentially
green
dumping.
hit.
And leaving
green
the base
hit.
open,
Packing, going for his
green destroyed.
Yep. So Packing with another base there for the Outlaws, securing the Dingoes base.
This could potentially... Packing getting a warning. directly after a base take.
It was a
meant
yellow.
To have been a red.
We'll,
this has happened twice now. That could potentially needed to have been a red.
Might have to see that adjusted after the game. I don't think
they won't be able to increase terms, but the ref needs to be informed.
Okay.
If it affects a base take, it is a red term. For those of you playing along at home that might not be familiar with our penalty system, if a
rule has been broken in the process of taking a base or denying someone a base, then it is a level 2 or a red
card or red button, whatever you want to call it.
Red button termination
which
penalty.
is negative 2,000 points and 45 seconds. Your pack is deactivated.
I think it's 30 seconds. I think
30
15
seconds.
and 1,000 points is the yellow button.
That seems more likely.
So about a minute to go left in this game. Outlaws not out of it if they get 2 quick bases.
That term didn't help though.
Didn't help them.
Warning.
Yeah, if the warning hadn't been applied, they'd be.
We do see blue team in green base. However, that.
Oh, here goes. Looks like maybe Packing in green.
Member leveled up.
He has the base.
Well done.
So he's trying to get his team through. And
I think that's Invictus
that
there with him, who's just run away now.
Green hit.
Green.
Red.
Green hit. Green destroyed.
Locking
red hit.
Outlaws out of that base now,
Red
but
hit.
Invictus going for the
Member
only red base of the
Well
game
done.
and taking it cleanly.
The first Eclipse base they've dropped in this game.
They saw that opportunity. We saw Outlaws run from that front door of green the moment that Orcry, who is Eclipse's last line, showed up to green base, and they just went, now's our chance. Yep. And they did it, and they've done it well.
So approaching the last 15 seconds of this one, Eclipse have taken a relatively comfortable win, 33,000 with 6 bases, Outlaws 27,000 with 3 bases, and Dingoes only the 13,000 pack points between them.
Red hit.
As Packing
getting
proceed to exit.
So unfortunate
it's rough.
there. It happens.
Happens.
You do learn to look at the clock a little bit more after one of those. As we said, Eclipse taking the win, Outlaws getting second, and Dingoes getting third. Vexum shout out with the 233% tag ratio. Also 15 tags in a row, which is very, very impressive.
Yeah, and they were all 50. Oh, no, that was a tag streak, yeah. That was...
Very interesting. Potato, the only player from Eclipse, despite winning the game with a over 100% tag ratio, with 156%.
Interesting.
Campster and Packing having 100 and 107% respectively tag ratios there from the Outlaws. And Spotto for the Darwin getting 153% tag ratio. So well done on that one.
Yeah.
But that is the last game of round robin
for today.
Well, not for today, for this morning.
No, this morning. So yes, we have tonight round robin.
Tonight round robin.
Splitting our days up.
So we'll have us solos round 1 through the end of round 1 repechage now, very shortly. So we're going to take off and go prepare ourselves for that. And we will be joined by some commentary very shortly for the start of solo.